Oh my God, guys. This company is making $274 million as their revenue. They're trading at a market cap of $131.88 million. Their outstanding share has been healthy for the past 2 years. Bruh, oh my God, there's so much dirt sheet stuff on the street right now. And then the fact that MMAT tied up my liquidity, it's just, oh my God! Ah! Guys, first of all, I have to apologize that I could not stream this morning because the verification process takes 24 hours. And for those of you who are my loyal followings who really want me to talk about day trading or just spot trades for you guys, I mean, first, right, we gotta do disclaimers. First of all, we are not financial advisors. We do not give financial advices, and everything we say on this channel is for shits and giggles. But at least I think at least 20 of you who made money on my AMC tips, and at least 12 of you who, as far as how messages goes, you guys send me a message and saying like some of my MMAT predictions actually made you guys money, and this is actually an opportunity lost, because my plan was I was gonna start streaming this morning, and last night I did a lot of calculations and I spotted 5 winning trades this morning where you just buy in and you can make at least 5%, at this point. And as you know, if we go to look at GOTU, if you're just buying market open around this point, where's my pen? This is literally so cheap, and also because the fact that I'm more than bilingual, so I read Chinese documents, and a lot of people in JP Morgan and in Goldman Sachs and even in BlackRock, they're not really bilingual, and their legal understanding isn't as much as I do. And due to my family background, where I actually grew up in a circle of lawyers who does international law and who does Japanese law, Chinese law, and American law, this entire crackdown situation, let's just say it's fairly interesting, okay? And it's not as severe, as bad as most people think. It does not justify evaporating a company's shareholder value by 90% in a year. And it does not justify evaporate a company's shareholder value by 67% in just one day. Because those companies actually make money. Oh my God, this is so sad. Okay, guys, if we stream this morning, I would just tell you guys, hey, this looks cheap here. And I'll probably like tell you to sell over here. You made literally 50 cents. That is what? 21. This is like 21% all the way to 14%. That's what 7%. That's 7% day trade right there. 7%. 7 bloody percent right there. Okay. And for those of you who've been following us for more than a month worth, because we started this channel like a month-ish ago, and we sort of blown up with 2 of our videos. And as you know, right now, there's a bunch of people buying this right now. A bunch of people. Why? Because it's so cheap. Its actual value is double its stock value right now. Like, if you just look at the book value, it worth literally double the amount of the stock value right now. Remember back in a day where there's a stock where it's like instantly evaporated by 80% because the CEO got me too'd, and a bunch of people just start buying in, right? Because that's just like temporary pressure that won't last long. This is the same. Like the Chinese crackdown, I can start making videos covering a lot of like these Chinese stocks. I mean, obviously a lot of you are saying that, their numbers are not, as accurate. But if you just go in and dig up a bunch of Chinese report and you just do some customer research by calling people in China and just figuring out how much their unit economic is in terms of per student times the student, you will see this is dirt cheap right now. What are some other stuff, right? There's some other stuff that's dirt cheap too. Let's look at, dude, there's so many dirt cheap stuff on the market right now because people are so uncertain about the market, especially on Wednesday. Powell can come out Jay Brody Powell is gonna come on and talk about the economic sort of outlook, right? And there's so much stuff that's so dirt cheap right now. If we just look at the same basket of stuff, right? So this morning I was telling number 2, I was like, if you just buy in the morning, right? Like at one point the stock is at 199, boys. 199, 99 cents away from being delisted. And guess what? If you just buy 100 shares over there and just sell, not even the highest point, 2.5, that's what? 50 cents, bro. 50 cents. It's 50 cents per share increase, dude. If you just put, like, this is so cheap, like, just pumping 1,000 shares, that's what? That's $500 instantly, boys. Like, look at the buying volume right now. Like, I am so sorry that I couldn't stream and I couldn't post this video on time. Because in the morning, I also made a video talking about today's price target is $2.5. But then when it hit and it drops down, I was like, you guys are going to be like, guys, you know, your predictions are. But my prediction is right, dude. There's so much cheap stuff on in the market right now, okay? So, for example, right, if you look at this stock, okay? Oh my god. There's a PE group trying to buy this for $4. Why? Because it's literally making... So if this thing, if you just trade it at 2 times multiple, it's literally... It's making more money. This is ridiculous. Like, this stock is making more money than its actual book value right now. Wait. Let me rephrase that. Its book value is way higher than $2.15 right now, and it's making more money than a lot of the stocks that are like. I'm pretty sure in terms of like book value to actual, owner equity value or book value to revenue, it's making more money in terms of percentage than Palantir right now. Like, literally. Because the situation with PLTR is it has way too many outstanding shares out there, and then it doesn't justify its actual market value right now. And I don't really want to get into that because I'm trying to make a video out of this. But if a PE group, if a private equity group want to buy this stock for $4 per share to get it delisted from NASDAQ, right? I don't really want to talk about like what you guys should do because I don't want to get into legal trouble. And again, we're not financial advisors. We do not give financial advices. But this is like, common sense. It's like, do you think like a company making more than $200 million and trading at like its actual market cap is $137 million is undervalued? Is it? Is it undervalued? Oh my god. There's so much dirt cheap stock right now. Even if you just look at MMAT, right? It's actually dirt cheap, guys. Like yesterday, I did a sort of like a SWOT analysis on MMAT, and I did a 5-year price projections for MMAT. This is dirt cheap right now, guys. MMAT is also dirt cheap. This thing is so cheap to an extent where if I'm George, and okay, let's just don't talk about George in this video because this video is sort of dedicated to dirt cheap stocks, right? So if I were George, I'm probably gonna do a stock buyback because if you look at their SEC filing, they don't have employment benefits sort of like as a stock option. I'm gonna talk about it later today when I make another video. I'm gonna talk about George sort of like a CEO style and his understanding as a board member and his entire board sort of objective as a company's leader. They're trying to lose as less like. They're trying to gain as much control of the company as possible. Therefore, they don't want any outside funding. Like if you look back 10 years, like all of the financial moves he has done in the past, it's all about slow scaling. Not really slow scale. He cares about scaling, but the way how he the way how he plays with capital management is not what a finance person would do. Some might argue that it's a good thing, but some people like me might argue that it's a horrible thing. Because it's a horrible thing for shareholders. Because it leaves hedge funds, it leaves so much wiggle room for the hedge funds for manipulation to drag down the stock price, especially in a very uncertain economic environment. But as far as if you guys are trying to get it for long-term investment, and maybe in 5 years or in 6 years, you guys want to just like play this stock when it's at around $50, even $100, maybe $200 to place, sell call options for income. This is great. This is something that you want to invest sort of like, the outlook is like 10 years, the outlook is 6 years, 5 years. As I said in Discord before, this stock in 6 years, it probably is going to be over $30. So it's 10x return in 6 years. I'm going to make another video dedicated to MMAT called Dirt Cheap Stock that will give you 10x return in 6 years. Alright guys, I think this is it for this video. I want to push this out as fast as possible. Number 2 can make a thumbnail. And you guys can take a look at, all the EDU basket stock for the Chinese EDU basket stock, okay? These are tutoring companies, and one of the reasons that they're getting hit is because of political movement. But as you know, a lot of times you gotta see through all these bullshit and sort of like just look into the actual value of the stock. This is a part of value investing, okay? Alright guys, I think this is it. And for those of you who have any questions, please comment down below. And when we're looking at our statistics on YouTube, we found that there are 147 of you actually unsubbed over the past 2 weeks. We were wondering why you unsubbed, because we're providing a lot of premium content. We are sort of decreasing our probability of putting out clickbaits. But when we look at the data, it feels like the more actual good content we put out, the less sub we get. But the more clickbait we put out, the more people are subbing, which we don't understand. But if that's the reality of streaming, maybe we should just, be those people who just put a bunch of clickbaits. Alright guys, if you haven't sub. If you haven't smashed a like button, please do so, because we want to beat the YouTube algorithm. Because as you know, if you actually listen to the entire thing, I probably already give out tips that will make you about 15% by the end of the day. But anyways, it probably will be better if I stream, because then, we spot trade like instantly and we can do some action. Oh my god! Ugh! If you watch the intro, you know how frustrating I am. Because MMAT tied up so much of my liquidity, I can make so much plays. Like last Friday, I could have make, I could have make like swing trade situation on Intel for about 3%, guys. Oh my god. Anyways, I don't want to be salty. I want to push this. I want to push this video out. See you guys on the upside.